Endurance Trader here, checking in with your stock watch list for Tuesday, November 17th. Starting out with SPY. As I mentioned yesterday, we had a bullish lean going into this week, and that's exactly what we're getting so far. We had a gap up open, and we closed just a couple dollars below all-time highs. Bulls are going to look to put in all-time highs either tomorrow or later this week. And the bears are just going to look to call Monday a lower high or possibly form a double top at 364.38. But right now we're looking pretty bullish, so until we're proven otherwise, that's going to be my mindset going into Monday. So starting out with our short names, we have Netflix, and this is one that was on the watch list yesterday. And I actually traded it myself, but I didn't get any follow through. As you can see here, I was looking for a break below Friday's low, and we really didn't get that. So it's going to be the same basic thesis. We have a double top here at 575 as the broader long-term trend I'm looking at, and in the short term, I'm looking for a break below Monday's low of 477.30. And we still have a nice 3% pocket to work with. And once we get down towards that 458.60 level, we'll look to confirm the double top. Next up, we have QDEL, QDEL. And this is a bear flag on the daily. And we broke below Friday's low here today, and we're going to look for a bearish continuation into tomorrow with a break below Monday's low of 187.53. And from there, we have about 4 or 5% to run until we hit the 200-day moving average, which has historically been held as support for this name. So if I were playing this, I would be cautious around that level. And then, but if we do break below it, we'll confirm the bear flag with a break below 175.51. Next up, we have Snap. And Snap, I'm going to be scouting a head and shoulders here, what you can see in this channel. With our left shoulder here, our head, and then our right shoulder looks to be forming as of today. And we closed today below the 20-day moving average for the first time in weeks, which I consider significant for the bears. So for this, if I was going to play this tomorrow, I'd be looking for a break below Monday, 38.70. And then a potential add spot here with this break below this pivot support of 37.35. So within that we have about 3.5%, and then from there there's really not a whole lot of support until we get into this gap fill territory. Next up we have Plug, and Plug has a bit of a topping tail today with weakness into after hours, as you can see here on the 12-hour chart. So with Plug, I'm going to be looking for a break below Monday's low of 23.26, which will coincide nicely with a break out of this pretty sharp uptrend line. And from there, we really don't have a whole lot of support, so we have a pretty big pocket to move. You could argue the low of last Thursday is our first potential support level, and there's 5.8% to move in that alone. So I'll be looking at this one pretty closely to see if we do break Monday's low. Next up, we have Etsy, ETSY, and this doesn't quite look like a bear flag on the daily with the amount of retracement here. It's a bit much to call it a bear flag. But if you look on the 12-hour, you have a cleaner look at a potential bear flag. And we closed today above the 100-day moving average, which isn't exactly a bearish look, but I'll be scouting this in case we do come back below that level into pre-market, and then I'll be looking for a break below 120.50. But if we don't get below this 100-day moving average, this is going to be off my short list for tomorrow. Kind of depends how we look going into pre-market tomorrow. Next up, we're going to look at our names that we're going to trade either to the long or the short side, depending on what they do. We have Zoom. Zoom bounced off the 100-day moving average today, which has been proving as support. As you can see, we bounced off here 11.10, and I'll be looking to play this bullish over 480, and then from there we have a nice big pocket up until this pivot resistance at 435.75. And if I was going to be playing this as a bear, I would look for a break below that 100-day moving average. So we'd want to see some weakness. I would possibly a gap down into pre-market tomorrow, and then a break below this 100-day moving average, ideally flushing below this 366.28 level to confirm a potential bear flag. Not the cleanest looking bear flag with that amount of retracement there, but nonetheless, you could also you'd want to be careful at that level. However, it doesn't break, you could easily look at a double bottom forming there. So I'd lean bullish with this one, but depends how we look going into tomorrow. Next, we're going to get into our potential bull names. QCOM. QCOM has already technically confirmed a bull flag on the 12-hour with that break above 150.10, and we are still looking to do so on the daily chart with a break above 149.41 here. So what I like about this is we have that confirmation in the 12-hour, and we have yet to confirm on the daily. So there's going to be a clear entry point with a break above that level, and then from there we're into all-time high blue sky breakout territory. So we'll see where we are pre-market tomorrow. I'd want to ideally be consolidating around the 149, 150-ish level, and then see a clean break into blue sky breakout. Next up, we have AMD. AMD has been one it's been on my radar for a couple weeks now. We put in a nice double bottom here at 73.76. But we did get a little mini pullback here below the 20 and 50-day moving average. We have since climbed back up, and today, Monday, we pushed into this area where there's not a lot of resistance. So I'm going to be looking for a break of Monday's high of 83.73, and then from there we have a 4% pocket until our next pivot resistance. And then from there, we're really just looking to confirm this double bottom above the neckline at 88.72. Next up, we have RKT. This is another one from yesterday's watch list. And we actually did get the confirmation on the bull flag we were looking for. I did not trade this name. I was busy trading other names. But into Tuesday, I'll be looking for continuation on this bull flag with a break above 22.75. But what I'm also going to be scouting is on the 12-hour we have basically a cup and handle here. And I can draw it in for you with my drawing skills. There we go. So we're looking for a cup and handle on the 12-hour with a break above $23. And then from there, we have a good 4.5% or so until our next pivot resistance. And again, I like this because it's got the multiple bullish patterns nested within each other, a cup and handle, and a bear flag here, or a bull flag. So, and a nice break above this 50-day moving average. So we will be looking at that one for a break above 22.75 and then 23. Next on the list we have Apple. And Apple, we're looking to confirm a bull flag on the daily. Now with this, my entry point would be above 122. To me, entering above, you could enter above 121, which is Monday's high. But to me, the juice is not really worth the squeeze because you have a less than 1% pocket before your next potential pivot resistance here. If we don't confirm that as a bull flag, that could easily just be a double topper or something. So I'm looking at this above 122, and then from there we have a nicer pocket of close to 3%. Next up we have PINS, PINS, and we've been in a steady long-term uptrend on this name, and we had an earnings gap in October, and since then we've really just been trying to find a higher low, and it looks like we did here on the 10th. And what I'm going to be scouting for tomorrow is a break above Monday's high of 62.65, which would coincide nicely with a break of this trend line. Now, I don't always draw trend lines. In fact, most of the time I avoid drawing them, but when you have the clean trend line like this where it's clear, the clearer it is, the more other traders see it, so it has a bigger psychological effect if and when we break above it. So if we break above this 62.65 level, I'll be looking to go long, and from there our next pivot resistance is 4.5% away. Last on our long list is GM, and GM confirmed a bull flag today above 41.77, and it's still looking to confirm a bull flag on the 12-hour with a break above 42.63. So that 42.63 is going to be what I'm scouting, and from there we don't have any resistance really. To go back to the monthly chart, back to 2018, a $45 resistance point. So we have a nice 6% pocket to work with. And that covers our the ones on my watch list. We'll look at Tesla just for fun as a little bonus, because everyone's talking about Tesla right now. We had a big 14% move into after hours with the announcement that they're going to be added to the S&P 500. So with that, we have a clear break out of this daily tightening range to the bull side, and we cleared all major resistances within that range. So really we don't have a whole lot of resistance to the bull side up until the all-time highs here. And I put in a little resistance level here at there's this mini pivot resistance at 492, which may or may not be significant, but just something to note. And I don't plan on trading this. I tend to avoid names with a lot of news because it brings added volatility and unpredictability. But if I were to trade this, I'd look either for a break above this after hours high of 467.50, or you could wait for a significant pullback and then buy that dip on a reversal pattern. You don't want to just buy it just because it's down. You want to look for a clear red to green kind of reversal pattern. So that's all I got for today. If you have any questions, please post them below, or get at me on Reddit or Twitter. And if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. And that's all. Have a great Tuesday. Trade by your rules and crush it.